Coming up next, boys high school basketball on your sports leader in Lorain, WLCS TV 20.
Good evening and welcome to Lorain High School. It's the home opener for the 2017-18 boys basketball season. Tonight, the Titans of Lorain High 1-0 open with the visiting Strongsville Mustangs 0-1 on the year, but it was a very tough opener for Strongsville and a very good team, Bob.
Yeah, they are a pretty good team, and we're going to see a 6'6" point guard tonight, which is something you rarely see, and he's a Division I prospect you rarely see at the high school level. I'll tell you what I think one of the keys is, Jay, tonight and every other night. I think we need to find a third scorer. I'm looking for somebody from last year's team, one of the other players, to get some confidence and be able to step up and help Pierre Lewis and Grant score the basketball. And I really think that's one of the keys to this year's success.
Well, I think another big key to a game like tonight, when you're starting a 6'6" point guard and a 6'6" inside, is going to be rebounding. The Titans are going to have to do a good job. It's going to be a tough matchup for somebody against Omari Peak at 6'6" on the perimeter.
Right. No doubt about it. But Jay, we watched them in the preseason. I think team rebounding, Lorain High's athletic, I think they're going to be okay.
Well, very good. Looking forward to tonight's lid lifter, and we'll be back with the tip after this timeout.
We make Marines who overpower the desire to quit with the perseverance to prevail. Not for glory, but for honor. For a code that isn't written or spoken, but lived. It's what we do. It's who we are. It's the battle cry of our fighting spirit. Battles won. See all the battles Marines fight to win at Marines.com.
Jay Ferguson and Bob Braskich back at Lorain High School for the opening tip tonight for the Titans. Number 0, Jodeci Crite, will jump center. He's joined in the starting lineup by 1, Jordan Jackson, 2, Tate Pierre Lewis, 3, Devon Grant, and 5, David Weatherington, the only senior on the roster. For Strongsville, 1, Ali Awala. Number 2, Omari Peak, 6'6" point guard with Division I offers. 22, Bernie McGivern. 42, Sami Faraj. And Sean Cesare, 44, jumping center. Strongsville controls the tip. Peak, as we said, is the point guard. Kreitz got him. Near side is McGivern with Grant, man-to-man, of course, for the Titans. Jackson looks to trap Cesare, gets it back outside to McGivern, and they reverse it back to Peak. Peak down the middle, passes out, shot for McGivern. No. Offensive board to Awada, excuse me. And this is McGivern, back out front to Peak. Great size for Strongsville.
Yes. Yeah, nice
Omari
stroke.
Peak.
He's got a nice stroke. You can see that in one shot.
With 3. As we said, he's picked up a couple of D1 offers from what you'd call non-Power 5 leagues, but they're Division I. And he has a great athletic background. Dad was a linebacker for the Cleveland Browns for a few years. Antoine Peak.
Nice pick
on
and
the
roll.
Give and go. Kreitz blocked by
that one by Peak.
Grant, hesitation, 18-footer, back rim, no. Weatherington powers it up, got blocked by the rim, out of bounds, off the Titans. And Strongsville will control with 6:49 to go. Had a couple of looks.
Well, I think one of the changes defensively we're going to see, at least at this portion of the season, Jays, I don't think we're going to see Lorain High press very often.
Well, I think the numbers are going to keep that from happening.
Yep.
The short bench there with Javon Manning up from the JV team as Omari Peak takes it to the hole. He's got all 5 points in this game. Grant down to Crite. Back to Pierre Lewis, Weatherington. Jordan Jackson, baseline move, kicks it, brings it back, takes scoop shot up, nothing. McGivern, the smallest player on the court, with the rebound. Forces it up, and he traveled with the basketball.
Wow. Took it right into the defense. 2 dribbles too far.
Pierre Lewis gets it against pressure, and they back off. He gets it ahead to Weatherington. Back to Pierre Lewis. Day Grant. And Pierre Lewis looks at 3, puts it on the ground. Brings it back to Grant. Grant drives to reverse, pull up 18-footer on the wing, no. Peak with a rebound, and back comes Strongsville. 5-0 with 5:45 to go in the first quarter. Crossover spin in the lane, 12-footer. Nice patience there.
Really nice stroke by Peak.
7-0 Peak.
Wow. I see why he's getting Division I looks.
He was 2 years at Cincinnati Walnut Hills.
Okay.
Sat the first 11 games last year as a transfer, so might not be.
And you said Sean Cesare, the other big guy, number 44, was all league?
Yes, 3-ball from Grant back rim, and here comes Peak again. Cesare had 25 in their opener. Baseline, no. Grant with the board, and back come the Titans on the run. Titans are going to have to score in transition. Blocked there, back up by Kreit, no. Rebound Peak.
Wow, that was Peak on the block, Jay.
He's athletic.
And he's very active. Wow.
Jodeci Kreit with a couple blocked is going to have start looking over his shoulder here. Jordan Jackson on the inbound it and get it back play. Up for three, glass and good. The bank is open late on Saturday. 7-3 Peak over Lorain. They've switched Pierre Lewis onto Peak. Jackson sinks and picks Cesare's pocket. Grant over the front, finger roll good.
There you go. You don't have to press, Jay, to turn the ball over and score.
Right, you got to be active. And they're backing out after the inbound, much like Strongsville did. Pierre Lewis is grabbing on, and he's going to get called for the foul.
He's the kind of player, although he can stroke it, you probably have to take a half a step back, and then if you're defending one pass away, you have to get up the line in his direction.
Jaden Sledge, 23, 12, Justin Ruiz into the ball game. Titans lose a little bit of size as Jackson and Weatherington go to the bench. Cesare had one, missed one, blocked one, and then a foul on the way up. He's going to get 2 shots. Foul is on Kreit, number 0.
And Jay, Strongsville comes in 0-1 with a loss to Olmsted Falls?
Correct. Correct. That's a nice stroke, but long. Sean Cesare with 25 in their opener to lead the Mustangs. I think
I'll bet that was a lot of penetration by Peak and make yourself available.
Right.
I really do think that had to be it.
And the other thing is, I don't think Olmsted Falls has a lot of size. Pierre Lewis one-on-one gets a screen from Kreit, takes it down the lane, forces one up, no. Rebound to Owada, and he gets it to Peak, and back comes the Mustangs. This is Ruiz with him. Nice pass inside. Up, layup for Farage, and he's got 2. 9-5 Strongsville. 3:35 to go in the first. Grant with Owada. Sledge, Ruiz, Kreit. Pierre Lewis. Grant for 3. Oh, front rim, no. Justin Ruiz, all 5'9" of him inside for a rebound, forces up an air ball, knocked away. It'll stay with the Titans. It was off Peak. Justin did a nice job forcing it, or boxing out and getting the board. Shift change for Strongsville as they send a lot of new bodies in. Let's see, number 12 is Trey Massey.
But Peak stays in the game.
Of course he does. 33, Kevin Lawler. 24 is Jalen Garner. This is Devon Grant. Pierre Lewis, pump fakes, up, no. Somebody got a piece of that. It looked like it might have been Lawler. 9-5. Strongsville already blocked 3 inside. Firing away right off the bench was Massey.
Ouch.
Grant with another board, and back come the Titans on the move. Pierre Lewis kicks it out. Ruiz, Sledge, 3-ball. Nice rotation, back rimmed it. Kreit had a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. Titans are doing a lot of settling after the blocked shots inside.
Yeah, Jay, and I think you're right in your early observation about scoring in transition. I mean, in trying to run, they're really struggling going through the heart of their defense.
Pierre Lewis picks up the long pass, outlets it to Crite. He gets fouled on the way up by Garner.
There's another example right there of forcing turnovers and scoring opportunities without full court pressure. I mean, you could do it in the half court.
Yeah, you just got to be very active. The problem in the half court for Lorain is to match up with the size.
Right.
First shot up and good. Jodeci Crite.
It's a pretty good stroke there.
He can shoot it. Pierre Lewis gets a blow with 2:36 to go. Jordan Jackson is back. Titans with very little size on the floor once Tate goes to the bench. Front rim, no. Nice box out by Farage, and back comes Strongsville.
Yeah, that
was a car accident there in the front court. Justin Ruiz bumping into Peak. But you know what that was? That was a Yugo hitting a semi.
What has impressed me thus far about Peak, other than his shot looks really good, is he can really go in either direction.
Yeah. He's really slimmed down since last year. All the way to the hole, missed the layup. I think he was anticipating contact. Back outside Farage with the left, penetrates, kicks off. Three ball is good for Jalen Garner. 12-6 Strongsville.
6-foot junior.
Longtime North Royalton coach Joe Guilfoyle is on the bench. And then Garner bumps.
Okay, Jay, you're much more familiar with that league than I am. Was he the coach at North Royalton when they had that series of really good teams?
Yeah, yes. I think his best season at North Royalton was a 21-1.
Right. They had it going there for a while.
They won a couple Pioneer Conferences. Yeah. He was there 23 years. And retired from teaching.
I gotcha.
And then got back in this year when Strongsville parted ways with Darren Collins. Tip up, no. Nice rebound there. Ruiz with it outside. Great effort by Sledge. He's going to get a three. Nope. Grant. He's going to heave three. Nope. Off a foot, and it's off the foot of Cam Davis, number 20, who's checked into the lineup. I bet the Titans have taken 10 threes.
Yeah, I know. Jay, we were talking before the game. Boy, Strongsville plays in a tough conference.
Whistle.
I mean, I think it's in northeastern Ohio. You know, you pointed out the conference with Massillon and Jackson, but
very good, and maybe not considered northeastern Ohio. Ruiz picks up a second. Weatherington back in, but they were Elyria.
Solon's really good this year.
Yeah, they've got an All-Ohio and a Division I point guard.
Elyria, Shaker, Mentor, Euclid. Wow.
Underneath, layup up and good by Lawler, and transition for Strongsville.
14-6 with 1:30 left.
Jordan Jackson charges, and that was Lawler that stepped up, and I didn't really need to look for the call. That was as easy a call as there was, Buzz.
Yep, that certainly was an easy call.
I thought he was going. I thought he was going to kick to the corner there.
When you see a team take a charge like that, that's something that they work on. You can just tell. I mean, that was not an accident.
Titans face guard. Now they trap, and up comes Garner. 14-6. Peak on the bench. Titans need to make something happen. Cesare 44 yet to score. Whistle travel.
Yeah.
Massey picked up the wrong foot. Titans will get the ball with 1:06, down 8. Timeout, and Devon Grant's going to come back, and Pierre Lewis is going to have us. Let's see who's going to come out. It's going to be Jaden Sledge, number 23. Titans very young with only one senior on the roster. Sophomore Jordan Jackson with the ball now. Juniors, Devon Grant, Tate, Pierre Lewis, and Cam Davis on the floor, along with that senior David Weatherington, number 5. Jackson up top, 53 seconds to go. He handles. Gets it to Pierre Lewis on the low wing. Spinning move along the baseline. Up, under, reverse score. Nice. That's a heck of a post move right there.
That is. Well done.
Tate, Pierre Lewis. 14-8. Pressure Titans. 5 seconds. You know why I knew we had trouble there? When he put the ball in his hand like a baseball player, I knew they weren't going to get it in. Kreit in, Davis out.
33 seconds.
Titans get the ball coming out. Wouldn't be at all upset to see us hold it for one and try and get back-to-back scores because of the clock. Grant, Pierre Lewis. Fadeaway block. Wow. That was Césaire taken then away by Weatherington. Grant down the lane. Pump fakes, in trouble. Whistle.
Travel.
18 seconds left.
We're struggling a bit against their size, Jay.
Absolutely we are. Cam Davis back. Grant out. They're going to do everything they can to get Day Grant end of quarter blows here because they need him on the floor. A turnover there, and Weatherington comes back to Jackson. Jackson double teamed on the wing, spins to the baseline, 18-footer, no. Kreit had it, Césaire took it away, and back comes, going to have to get a heave here. Yep. There it goes, end of the quarter. We've played one. In Lorain, Strongsville 14, Lorain 8, back with second quarter action after this timeout.
Inspiring city and campus. Inspiring people. Inspiring creativity. Inspiring hands-on learning. Inspiring global experiences. Inspiring traditions. Be a Buckeye. Inspire.
I will be coming up on retirement, and the VA benefits will play a very important part in my life.
You may have earned valuable veterans benefits from your military service.
I decided that it was time to go to college and pursue my career.
I was able to buy this house.
Learn more about your eligibility, even how to apply online using e-benefits.
The VA benefits made a real difference in my life.
I wouldn't be where I am today if it hadn't been for my VA benefits.
Don't wait. Apply for your VA benefits today.
Titans to inbound, start the second quarter down 6 at 14-8. Jordan Jackson handling against Bernie McGivern, 22. This is Pierre Lewis and back to Grant. Grant penetrates down the lane, kicks it out to Weatherington. 3 ball from the corner, long. Rebound, Césaire boxed out Pierre Lewis, and it's picked up by Farage. Strongsville does a lot of little things well.
Yeah, and one of them is Césaire on the boards and the way he boxes out.
There we get it to him inside. He lost his footing there.
Yeah,
I'm not sure
I thought that could have been an ankle, but no, I guess not. Well, he's slight limp. Left foot.
Now there's problems. Pierre Lewis picks up his second foul against Peak.
You know, defensively at the other end, Jay, they look to help early also. So when you do get into the paint, I mean, there are bodies.
Yep. Jordan Jackson defensively now on Peak. Pierre Lewis switches off to far. And there's Césaire.
Yeah, that was just a smart
Sean Césaire, and that's what you teach kids when you're opposite, to go under and come back.
And he did a great job of making himself available when a point guard penetrates.
If they penetrate high, go under. If they penetrate low, go over. Grant down low. Kreit traveled with the ball and laid it in.
Good post up.
Jodeci Kreit with 3, 16-10.
Full court pressure, looks more aggressive.
Ooh, that was over the back, but the ball don't lie, as the kids would say. I thought he dribbled it on the midcourt stripe for an over and back, but then he threw it into the Titan bench. Mitch Gillum up with some instructions. Just had a birthday. Happy birthday, Mitch. Senior, that is. Jordan Jackson down the lane, got low bridge, laid it up and in. Excuse me. That was Day Grant, excuse me. Peak going the other way.
Another turnover, Jay.
Knocked it away, and here comes Pierre Lewis. Pierre Lewis off to Grant. Grant layup up and in.
Yes.
Deron Grant with a quick 4 has 6. Lead is down to 2.
That's pretty well done there. That crossover.
Césaire got to the hoop, but somehow missed it. Lead pass for Crite, saved to Pierre Lewis. Up tied. Tay Pierre-Louis, spear, timeout, Strongsville.
Jay, what Lorain High has done in the last 2 minutes is force tempo.
Yep. You know, and there was 6 points without running an offense, which is what you need to do when your jump shot's not working.
Yep, they cranked up the heat and took control of the tempo of the game and took Strongsville out of their comfort zone. Well done, tied.
And you got your two best players, Grant and Pierre-Louis, involved in the offense.
Yes, yeah, right. I feel a lot better right now.
That's how the Titans are going to have to get
it
offense.
Looks like that's how they're going to have to play this game. The question then becomes, the fatigue factor and so forth.
Right.
Oh.
.6:04 in the second as the teams return to the court. It'll be Strongsville ball after a Titan basket after we do a little mopping. Coach Guilfoyle spotting the Carolina blue Nikes on the sideline. Coach Rossitano is always resplendent in his Mike Bray lookalike outfit. The coach at Notre Dame, renowned for his turtlenecks. Strongsville in the backcourt finally gets it across against Grant. Ooh.
Lorain High has definitely cranked up the heat.
Peak had it taken away, got it back. In trouble, whistle. 5 seconds.
Call. Wow.
One of the stats we don't keep is turnovers for them, but I got to believe Peak's got 5 turnovers. From the heat. I know he's thrown 2 long passes down the sideline that have been turnovers, and that one, and he got picked another time at least.
Okay, was Peak trapped there? Was that Peak
in the
Peak. Trap? Okay.
Sledge, 3-ball from the corner for the lead. Got it.
There you go. 19-16, Lorain High. What a comeback.
Jaden Sledge, Titans with the last 9. Layup.
That's pretty
tough to stop. Peak with his had the first 7, and now he's got 9. Sledge again. Hot heat check didn't work.
Now that should be Lorain High ball.
Well, no, they're saying that it was off the hand of Jodeci Crite. Pierre-Louis to the bench with 2 fouls. Titans up 1 at 19-18. They used a 9-0 run from 16-10 down to 19-16 up before Peak got a layup the last time. Now Césaire to the hoop, pump fakes. Got the whole team up in the air, but somebody got back up and blocked it. Jackson, Weatherington, back to Jackson. Jordan penetrates, elbow jumper, back rim, no. Césaire, Peak outlets it to Farage against Grant, all the way to the hoop. Nice finish.
Yeah, used his
body. Sammy Farage really used strength in his body there to get the ball on the glass and put Strongsville back up 1 at 20-19. Now it's the half-court defense for Strongsville. Day-Day, 17-footer, good. Devon Grant with 8. Timeout, Lorain. 21-20. 4:32 to go.
The change of tempo, Jay, has changed the ball game.
Absolutely, it has.
And I can just tell, even though Strongsville has an excellent point guard, they are not comfortable against heat. They just aren't.
No, you can see that.
Yeah, you can see it. Yeah.
And there are teams that'll press you in their conference. Primarily, I'm thinking of the Mentor Cardinals, who are 32 minutes of heat.
Yeah. By the way, while we have a second, did you see the Doug Grayson article in Play?
Yes, I did.
Was that fabulous?
Wonderful, wonderful.
Oh,
and,
my. We have to talk about that a little bit later.
Number one, for those of you that know Doug Grayson, there's not a nicer human being in Lorain than Doug. And he was a star at Admiral King, class of 1965.
And at Kent.
And then went to Kent. And it was his exploits against
Duke.
No, the University of North Carolina.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'm sorry. That's right. It was North Carolina.
His junior year that led to the article. It's an NCAA record he still holds.
16 consecutive?
Yep. Bernie McGivern.
Made
16 of 17 for the game. 41 points without the three-point line. 3 ball. That was Farage. He's got 7 now.
He's not a bad player. 6'3" junior.
Grant. Ball screen from Jackson. Heaves one up off the rim. No. Farage with that one. Gets it to Peak, and off comes the Mustangs. Near side, Awada. No. Kreit gets it to Grant. Grant down the lane. There's that reverse.
Well
he's kind
done.
of patented. He's got 10, and we're tied at 23. Long down court into the bench.
There you go, Jay. I'm telling you, they are not comfortable.
That's another turnout over for Peak, and that's at least 3 on that pass. Ruiz back for Wetherington. Titans gone small here. Jordan Jackson at 6'3" is their tallest player. They list him at 6'4". He's got elevator sneakers on. Grant crosses over. Back rim, no. Peak. And when he gets it, you better be ready to get back because he's not looking to outlet it. Crosses over behind the back against Ruiz. Turns it over because it was off
Peak's foot.
And then Massey went for it on the sideline.
Yep.
And it'll go to the Titans.
I think we found a weakness here, Jay.
I'm thinking that this isn't a video that he's going to want to use. Grant, we're tied at 23, 3:15 to go in the half. Grant has 10 to lead the Titans. He had 20 in the opener against Vermillion. Sledge got whacked. Comes back to Strongsville. This is Garner. Back to Farage, 18-footer. No. Sledge, he's going to lead the break. Get it back to Grant. Jackson. Showed good restraint there because I know he was thinking about it. Grant down the lane, off the glass.
Oh,
and
nice.
Good.
Adjusted his shot in
Very
mid-air.
nice.
Well
Grant
done.
with 12. That's a long down court pat. Cesare, layup good. He's got 4. We're tied at 25. Jordan Jackson all the way against against Peak, and then Sledge 3, good.
Oh my!
Jaden Sledge with 6, 28-25. Bounced out of bounds.
Yeah, another turnover, Jay.
That was Cesare.
Wow.
Strongsville a bit out of sorts here. Jose Monterosa, number 4, replacing Peak. Cesare also going to the bench. And
yeah, with Peak and Cesare out of the game, I mean, I definitely would crank up the heat. Not that Peak has had a great floor game, but
Garner back in. But right now they're matching up with our lack of size. Also into the game for the Titans, number 20, Cam Davis.
1:53 left in the quarter and a half, and obviously Lorain High is not in a hurry.
I think we've got a personnel advantage here. Pierre Lewis just handling it at the scorer's table.
Gone to the spread here, Jay.
Lawler with Pierre Lewis. Grant.
I can't imagine that Coach Rossitano's planning on trying to hold it for 1:24.
Well, you've got to worry about Pierre Lewis here.
There you go.
There it is.
That's what that spread does.
Jodeci Kreit. Just got to worry about Pierre Lewis in the foul situation. He's got 2 you don't want to charge in this situation. That's that's Garner all the way to the hoop. Lost it off his knee, but out of bounds off Lorain. Madaitea in 30. Jordan Jackson back for Lorain, replacing Pierre Lewis. Titans play small. 3 ball from the corner, long. Rebound battled for. Taya had it, but he's on the end line.
1:01 left. Lorain High up by 5.
Pierre Lewis back quickly to play offense.
Yeah.
Cam Davis to the bench. Titans by 5.
We're going to go to that spread again.
Which means they're winning the quarter by 11 because they were down 6 to start the second quarter. And it's the tempo changes. Pierre Lewis gets his pocket picked.
That's pass.
Lawler.
Another turnover, Jay.
Jordan Jackson all the way in, 10-footer. That's a great job of pulling up. Jordan Jackson with 5, and that was a great decision for young players.
Didn't take it one dribble too far.
Lawler, nice pump fake, layup up in. Titans didn't convert back to defense. Pierre Lewis with 33 seconds to go will walk it up. I fully expect Lorain to play for the last shot here. Pierre Lewis, I'm wrong. Crate, layup, missed it. Pierre Lewis tip up, no. Rebound to Monterosa. Back comes Strongsville with 18 to go. This is Massey. Massey gets his pocket picked by Jordan Jackson. Long pass for Pierre Lewis. Looked for a charge, no call. Tate lays it up and in. He's got 6.
5 seconds.
34-27, biggest lead of the night for either team. Woo! 3-ball, back of the rim, no for Garner. We've played 2 in Lorain on the strength of a 26-point second quarter. 26-13 Titans that quarter, and it's 34-27 as we go to the break. Back with second half action after this timeout.
Hi, my name is Blake Bartley. I'm 16 years old in 10th grade at Lorain High School. I'm studying welding and manufacturing the Lorain High Career Tech Education Program. After that first class, I knew it was something that I would want to stick with. I could have a future in this. I put pieces of metal together and have learned all different types of welding, like MIG and stick. I get to learn TIG welding my junior year. We've done a lot of projects so far and I've gained a lot of experience. Overall, the program is fun and pretty laid back. It's never boring because you're always doing something in the class. Proshenko is by far my favorite teacher. He interacts with us and gets along pretty well. The stuff he's taught me is going to seriously help me when I need to weld my own car one day. That's why I'm going to University of Northwestern Ohio to continue my education in welding. I know what I want to do, and it's all thanks to Lorain High Welding and Manufacturing Career Tech Program.
Sergeant Michelle Garcia served meritoriously in Iraq and has the medals to prove it. Soon after leaving the Navy, Lieutenant Chris Scott found a job, a home, and started a family of his own. Corpsman Richard Stokely took the skills he learned in Vietnam and put them to good use as a paramedic. But soon after leaving the military, each of these veterans fell on hard times and faced homelessness. Even after Michelle lost all her savings, even after Chris wasn't able to pay his mortgage, and even after Richard battled alcoholism for years, they each reached out for help when they needed it most. A simple phone call put them in touch with a trained professional from the Department of Veterans Affairs. That call got Michelle a place to stay until she could afford one of her own, put Chris in touch with employment assistance, and found Richard a substance abuse program. These veterans are success stories not only for how they were able to help others while serving their country, but for how they were able to let others help them. If you know of or are a veteran in need, make the call.
Back here at Lorain High, Jay Ferguson, Bob Braskich, Joe Bach. It's Lorain 34, Strongsville 27 as we get ready to start the second quarter. Titans outscored the Mustangs 26-13 in the second. On the strength of Devon Grant has 12 and 6 for Sledge and 6 for Pierre Lewis. Strongsville, this is Amari Peak. He has 9 to lead the Mustangs. 1 is Ali Awada, played but did not score. Cesare down to Peak.
Posting up.
Blocked by Pierre Lewis.
Yeah.
That's a good move to invert there. And
Peak walked Weatherington right down to the block.
David Weatherington at 6
pivot.
foot and Amari Peak at 6'6". Yep. This is McGivern, and then this is Awada. They look inside to Cesare. McGivern heaves 3 and got it. Bernie McGivern's first points of the game, and 34-30 for Strongsville. Ahead to Pierre Lewis now. Pierre Lewis with Peak on him. Back to Grant. Day Grant, number 3, leads everybody with 12. David Weatherington inside, up, no. Kicked out, Peak with a rebound. Gets it off to McGivern. McGivern runs it down the far side to Cesare. Cesare pump fakes, gets everybody up in the air and misses the layup. Got it back, missed foul.
He's a pretty good player, Jay.
Yeah, you can see that. As we said, 25 in the opener. Crate with the foul, his second. That's Jodeci Crate, number 0. Who had 5 in the first half. Césaire at the line, 0 of 2 on the evening.
6'5" senior.
That shot looked pretty good. And 34-31. Strongsville with the first 4. Coach Guilfoyle trying to set the defense as that one hits the front of the rim and falls. 6 for Césaire, and it's 34-32.
I didn't get the trap in the middle of the floor the last time down.
Pierre Lewis. Now Césaire on him. This is an interesting matchup. Weatherington inside, tried to pass it off, taken away by Farage, and back comes Peak. Cut off, skips it. McGivern close out over that.
Yeah, that's his second one this half, Jay.
And that's 8 in a row, and they have the lead on the strength of the first 8, 35-34. Titans unable to run to start the quarter, and that changes everything. Grant down the lane. Devon lays it up. No. Farage with the rebound. And off to Peak, and back comes the Mustangs. Lid on the basket for Lorain in the opening 2 minutes. McGivern.
Oh, my.
Looking like Steph Curry.
That's 8 for him in this half.
That's 8 in the first minute 45. Timeout Lorain as Strongsville on a 10-0 run.
Yeah, Jay, you can't run if the ball goes through the basket at the other end.
Right.
It allows them to set their defense, and you know, as you pointed out, there's been a lid on the basket. We aren't getting any easy scores as we did in that second quarter.
37-34. This has certainly been a game of runs.
And we were at 37-27 and a half. This is a 10-point run.
34-27. It's a 10-0.
34-27.
10-0 run.
10-0 run. Wow.
In a minute 45.
Yeah.
2 threes. Well, 2 foul shots from Césaire, and it's been 8 from McGivern.
Yeah. 2 threes and the attack of the basket.
Now Jordan Jackson will walk it up against McGivern. Jackson to the near side, crosses over, elbow jumper, front rim, no. McGivern with the rebound. Back comes McGivern. Why not? Okay, Césaire. Layup, no. Rebound, Crite had it, lost it. Grant picked it up in the corner. Baseball pass, Pierre Lewis caught that somehow. Pierre Lewis crosses over, basket, layup, and one.
Nice. That's Pierre's game. There isn't any doubt about it.
Tate Pierre Lewis with the backhander.
Very creative around the basket when he beats you off the dribble. We saw that in the first half.
Sammy Farage with the foul. Justin Ruiz in for Weatherington. Pierre Lewis to the line. Shot up, good.
All right.
So he ties it at 37.
Here's the Heat.
Inbounds to McGivern. And then ahead to Awada. Far side, Farage throws 3.
Wow.
Sammy Farage with his second 3 of the night, and he's got 10.
6'3" junior. I was impressed with him in the first half also.
Strong, too.
Yes.
Jackson across with McGivern. They look to trap. Corner for Ruiz. Ruiz throws 3. No. Crite had a rebound, kicked it back to Pierre Lewis, who throws 3. No. Pierre Lewis chases his own rebound down, finger rolls it up and in.
That's what Pierre can do.
That is what he can do.
That's what he can do.
Let's not get overly involved with the 3 ball. Peak against Ruiz. Césaire against Pierre Lewis. He wanted to go. Awada has it now. Pick and roll. Pierre Lewis takes care of that. Comes down against McGivern. Scoops up and in. Tate with 7 in the quarter, and the Titans up 1. Peak is trapped. Reverses it to McGivern. Césaire into the lane, kicks it back out to Awada. Set shot for 3. Good.
Oh, my.
Ali Awada with 3. 4th 3 of the quarter.
43-41, Strongsville.
On 4 threes and a 2 this quarter. Day, Grant. Jordan Jackson, baseline penetration, no. Farage, Amari Peak, McGivern, Awada spins, throws three.
Oh,
He's got 6. I'd have been dizzy doing what he did.
6'2" senior.
Hits 2 in a row, and they're up all of a sudden up 5.
My.
And as the Titans have to walk it up, it's against the half-court defense. And you can see the problem as you see Césaire camped in the lane and taken away from Grant. And back comes Farage against Jordan Jackson. Euro stepped, and there was a push.
A foul. Yeah, no question about that. 46-41, Strongsville with 3:19 left in the third.
Crite got the foul, his third. In all that action, we had a little visitor. Elyria Catholic coach Phil Kukta came into the booth. He was looking, he had the winning 50-50 tickets, what he was looking for, Buzz.
Is that what that was about?
Yeah.
What, he thought you had the money?
Yeah, well, he saw the press box up here.
I got you.
He's getting it now from Steve Cawthon. Substitutions, Trey Massey, 12 in. Second shot good for Farage. He's got 11 now. Also in the game, 24, Jalen Garner, who hit a 3 in the first half. Pierre Lewis, sledge in for Lorain. Pierre Lewis pass off in the corner. Cam Davis also in. Dead on the rim, and Césaire pulled it down. And this is Garner. Garner beats Davis on the dribble. And that was not a highlight film, that last 2 possessions. 33, Lawler in for Strongsville. 2:56 to go. Strongsville already with 20 in the quarter. Pierre Lewis, Sledge, Ruiz, Grant, Pierre Lewis. 3-ball front rim. Nobody home for the Titans. Easy rebound. Massey had it and gives it to Peak. Peak crosses over against Davis, kicks it out. Farage was on the line.
Wow.
He was worried about his footwork for the shot,
yeah,
and stepped on the line to catch it.
Farage, again, 6'3" junior, really nice stroke. Big body,
especially
very
on the
strong.
inside out.
Yeah, and I like the way he used his body when he attacked the basket in the first half.
Pierre Lewis. Again, the Titans forced to go through the half-court defense. Sledge just didn't catch it back at you. Off to Jay Nimini in the corner, and turn it over to Strongsville. 2:18 to go as Peak handles against Davis. Davis giving away 9 inches. Got a hand on the ball.
Turnover by Peak, Jay.
Grant.
Give it to him.
Day Grant with the layup. He's got 14, and the Titans close to 47-43. Garner off a foot.
Yeah. Grant tipped it from behind and off the Strongsville player's leg. Knee.
Peak's going to get a rest now. Now's the time to make hay with the tempo. Grant will bring it up. Lawler will pick him up. Lawler at 6'4", gives away a couple inches. Ruiz in there at 5'9", missed the 10-footer, and Lawler got the board. Back comes Strongsville all the way to the hole.
Okay, that's far too many transition baskets
with
for
the
Strongsville, Jay.
49-43. In trying to get transition baskets of your own, you have to prevent the other team from doing said. Near corner is Cam Davis. Pierre Lewis, baseline drive. Pump fake, up, no, but he got Césaire in the air, and Césaire going to get his first foul of the ball game.
You know, Jay, I thought after that first half, I couldn't quite put a finger on Strongsville, you know, having obviously not seen them before, but they look to push the basketball also.
Yes,
they really do. You know, after Maids, they've got a little quick return up the sideline, and in transition, they certainly look to push it.
Pierre Lewis knocks down the first one now. He's got 8 in the quarter, 14 for the game. He's the only, Grant had a layup. Other than that, he is the only one to score.
Yep. Pierre Lewis out and Jordan Jackson back.
And this is the lineup that did some damage in the first half with the smaller lineup. Sledge hit a couple of threes. Kreit had a couple of baskets. And Grant did the majority of his scoring. Massey in the corner over Jackson. Grant with the rebound, and he'll push. Day-Day.
Back pressure, look out.
Down the lane, pulls up from 10. No. Nice rebound by Césaire. And back comes Garner for Strongsville. Cam Davis jumps out to trap. They reverse it to Monterosa. Elbow pass to Lawler. Hand off to Massey. He throws a two with Ruiz had a hand in his face.
51-45 with 30 seconds left, Jay, in the quarter.
Titans have given up 24 this quarter. Jackson down the lane, lays it up. No, Ruiz the only one there to rebound. Back come 5-on-4 if they hurry. Jordan Jackson just getting across half court. Whistle. Oh.
Offensive foul.
There's the break of the night.
Oh.
Day-Day Grant even laughing about that as he gets up.
15 seconds remaining in the quarter.
And he was just trying to give it up without creating an and one, and ended up with an offensive foul there, I think. Now, Pierre Lewis in, Ruiz out for the final 15. Should be all offense for Lorain. Garner with 3 fouls for Strongsville. Sledge, Pierre Lewis. Forces the baseline.
I thought he was pushed out.
There was lots of contact there.
Contact along that baseline. 7 seconds remaining for Strongsville.
Lawler did a nice job taking it away, and the contact.
3.
Monterosa has it taken by Cam Davis. 3 ball after the buzzer didn't matter. So, a turnaround. 24-point quarter for Strongsville. 51, Lorain 45. Back with the 4th after this timeout.
The Warriors to Work program makes it possible for wounded warriors and their families to build new lives together.
When my dad left, I was like this big, but now I'm like this big. My dad got a master's degree in human resources.
Thanks to Warriors to Work that my dad has a terrific job.
The Wounded Warrior Project helps him by, giving him another start.
Now that my dad's home, I get a lot more hugs.
I'm really proud of him.
Find out more about Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home, the brave.
(51-45) Strongsville as we start the 4th quarter. 24-11. They win the 3rd quarter by 13. After Lorain wins the 2nd quarter by 13. So we're back to that 6-point lead that Strongsville held at the end of 1. Jordan Jackson, number 1. Weatherington, 5. Pierre Lewis, 2. Tried to bounce pass off the foot of Farage out of bounds. Jackson, Grant down the lane, pull up 17-footer with a hand in his face. 16 for Day-Day. He's going to have to take some shots and score the ball this quarter, Buzz.
Without a doubt. Our best offense in this game in the half court's been Lewis attacking the basket and Grant pulling up and stroking it.
Yep. Farage against Pierre Lewis. Peak back in against Weatherington. Peak into the lane. Trap throws it up. On the way up, they call it. I think they're going to get Sledge. Nope, they're going to get Weatherington, which is actually better for the Titans. That is his first.
Jay, they did their damage in that last quarter. You said 24 points?
Yes.
I don't think Peak scored.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
He had the first 7 points of the game. He had a basket in the 2nd quarter, and he's gotten the 9 that he had then.
And he's at the line right now.
Yep. Clunked the first one. Second ball comes out. Pierre Lewis. They're a little high on the arc there. Weatherington.
He's got to get that balance hand on the side of the ball.
Jackson. lost his balance. It goes off someone out of bounds.
That was off of Cesaire's head.
It was off Cesaire. Titans will maintain the ball. Jordan Jackson was kind of looking for a foul there, but I think he might have tripped himself. Now there's a whistle.
Okay. I think we had some grabbing, pushing, shoving.
There's
the dead ball, and I think the officials wisely.
and Grant have kind of been slapping one another's hands away on these dead ball situations all night. Outside Jordan Jackson at the top of the circle, throws three. No. Peak in front of Pierre Lewis. Strongsville by 4 as they come back. This is McGivern. He did a lot of damage in that quarter. Grant with a hand on the ball. Awada had it taken away by Crite. Out to Weatherington. In on.
Oh, nice
That's a
job.
nice move past Peak. Weatherington with 2, and it's a 2-point game. Outside Peak. McGivern. Awada. Cesaire against Crite. Nice spin move.
Nice spin
drop step.
Wow, that's
He's
nice.
got 8.
He's a good player. I see why he was all league.
Nice footwork.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I'm sure that one of the reasons that Peak didn't get the recognition he might have is sitting the first 11. Grant. Titans get it to the one side and keep it there. Back to the corner, Weatherington. Pierre Lewis against Peak. Back to Weatherington, open look for 3. That shot hit nothing. McGivern had a tip. Cesaire had it, went to the ground to protect it with Crite.
Oh, I think
Whistle.
they're going to give him a timeout. Jay.
Timeout, Strongsville.
And at this point in the game, Jay, that was probably a good timeout.
I don't know. They have the arrow.
Well,
it was going to be Strongsville's ball either way.
Better point. You're absolutely correct.
You know, it would because we got the ball in the quarter.
You're right. But they still have the arrow.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. So is the arrow more important than
I don't know. But my initial reaction.
Well, you've got 3 timeouts left there, so I guess you're okay.
You're in the fourth quarter, so I mean it was worth the possession, but I neglected to see the arrow.
53-49. Every possession is crucial. I mean, it's a, you know.
Jay, we have 2 guys on the floor, in fact, more than 2, that really can attack the basket off the dribble. But, boy, if you play on just one half of the floor and you don't reverse the ball, you don't give them that opportunity to attack a closeout.
And we are very left-handed, which is unusual.
Yes. And I know I always bring that up, but I really think that's a key in today's basketball.
Awada has it, and Whistle, he traveled. Peak kind of gave it to him in an awkward position. I don't mean to blame Peak for the travel, but I'm not sure Awada was expecting the ball. Garner in, Awada out. Pierre Lewis to inbound to Grant in the backcourt. 6 minutes even. Strongsville by 4. Jackson. Of course, the Titans were down 8 to start the fourth quarter Tuesday. Pierre Lewis pump fakes up. No. Peak with a board. Cam Davis on him. And then there's a foul by Pierre Lewis, and he definitely got it.
That was not a foul you want. Is that 3, Jim?
That's 3 on Tate.
Well, fourth quarter, he's still okay.
Cam Davis is really annoying Amari Peak in the open court. Let's see if they take him down low, depending on how they match up. Farage. Now who's got Peak? It's Crite. Crite, the best athlete on the floor. Farage. Whistle, he traveled. And he did.
Did he?
Yep. Jackson will inbound, 5:32 to go. Still that 4-point lead, 53-49. Pierre Lewis gives it to Day. Grant. Day, Tate, and JJ on the perimeter. Pierre Lewis fakes it. Cam Davis reverses it. They get the ball to the near side. Jackson. Pierre Lewis cuts through, gets it out to Grant. Grant kicks it to Pierre Lewis. Open look in the corner, puts it down, takes it to the hoop. Up and in.
Yeah.
Tate with the layup. Timeout, Lorain.
That leaves Lorain with 3 or 2?
2, I believe.
2.
Okay, 53-51, 5:03 to go.
That's been our best offense in the half court. I mean, Pierre Lewis can really attack the basket.
Yes, he can. He's now got 16, 17.
And Lorain High, pretty decent job of keeping the lane open.
But here's the problem.
Floor.
Pierre Lewis has 11 in the half, and the rest of the Titans have 6.
Gotcha. Well, we talked about that in the pregame.
And you called for a third scorer.
Well, and it doesn't have to be a big score. It's got to be an 8, 10, 12.
Pierre Lewis with 17, Grant with 16. That's 33 of the 51.
Right. And that was my point.
You've got 6-5-5.
Yeah, it's got to be somebody who's, an 8, 10, 12.
Well, Sledge hit a couple jumpers in the second quarter, and you thought he might get on a roll a little bit.
And if that person could do it from the perimeter, that would really be a plus.
Yes.
Because you'd stretch the floor a little bit.
5:03 to go. Strongsville ball, got to go the length of the court. 24, Jalen Garner will inbound against pressure.
Well, here's where Strongsville struggled in the second quarter.
Bernie McGivern, I think if I were Strongsville, I'd want him walking it up instead of Peak, maybe tendency to look long. Of course, Peak has 5'9" Cam Davis. He's trying to get a mouse in the house.
Now, yeah.
A little bit of the triangle look. 1-4 across the foul line. Cam Davis gets beat off the dribble. Whistle.
It's going to be a foul.
I think Davis got called for reaching in. I think it's a baseline, though. Cam Davis with his first. Fifth on the Titans, which is about where you want to be at this point. Garner gets it in, gets it back. Looks for Césaire, who's fronted by Grant. Grant's got a chokehold on him.
They gave themselves a lot of options on that out-of-bounds play, Jay.
Yeah, and that was, when, Césaire, he had a mouse in the house that time with, 6-foot Grant, 6'5" Césaire. Now Peak cuts through, and he's got Cam Davis at 5'9" on him. Looks to take advantage. Step through, Pierre Lewis meets him. No
call.
Out of bounds off of Amari Peak.
Well, I think Pierre Lewis dodged one there. I thought he got him with the body going up. Wow.
That's that floor-to-ceiling thing, though, Bob. He's allowed to jump straight up until they put an arc in high school basketball, which they will. Now there's a whistle. And it's time for the officials to tell secrets to one another. I think they put the foul up.
Is it a clock situation?
No. Yeah, they just changed the clock to 4:20. I'm guessing maybe it didn't start. I love it, though. The official from the far side from this side of the court went to the other side to whisper to the official in front of the scorer's table what the problem was. Pierre Lewis on the run, kicks out Justin Ruiz.
Oh, my. A three.
Justin steps up and knocks it down, and the Titans are back on top. We've done Justin's game as a freshman and as a JV, and, one thing we know is Justin Ruiz has the guts of a Bergman.
He does.
That's
foul number 7, I believe, on us.
Yes, it is. We walked.
Jay. They're in the bonus.
Cam Davis gets the foul. Peak goes to the line. 1 in the bonus. 4:03 to go. Titans by 1.
Okay, Jay, I know we both look at free throws. His hands wrapped around the front of the ball too far.
He knocked that one down. Now 1 of 3. He'll get the bonus. We're tied. Just a little bit too high. Those two were good strokes. And the last shot seemed like the hand might have been a little bit lower. 55-54, Strongsville, as Pierre Lewis brings it across against Amari Peak. Devon Grant, Jordan Jackson at the table to come in for Lorain as we're under 4. Grant penetrates. Kreit layup. Jodeci Kreit from Devon Grant. Titans back up by 1. Grant cuts off McGivern. Now Kreit's got him. Davis is face guarding Peak.
Wait, 10.
Timeout, Strongsville.
Oh, we're getting close.
Coach Guilfoyle was almost out in the backcourt because the back official hadn't recognized him yet. And he was, he started at the back official, and he got the timeout just in time.
Wow. Both teams down to 2 timeouts.
McGivern just wasn't getting it across, and Davis was not letting Peak catch it unless he was going backwards. It was going to have to be a lob.
Right. and I think it could be key, Jay. We're four fouls away from going to the free throw line, and they're in the bonus.
Right. Now, that's key for two things. I mean, number one, when you've got the lead, if you've got the lead, you don't want to be in the bonus. You want to keep the ball.
Exactly.
Now, for Strongsville, they're shooting. It doesn't help them unless they make. Peak made 2 the last time. They've actually shot it well in the half, 5 out of 8, which is 62.5%, but they were 0-2 in the first half.
You knew 5 out of 8 was 62.5%?
Yeah. I taught math.
I got you.
So for Strongsville, Jalen Garner, 24, to inbound it to Amari Peak. Davis with him. Now Jackson helps. Pierre Lewis knocked it away from Garner. I'm not sure what Peak was thinking, why he didn't just reverse dribble and take it to the other side of the court there. Now we'll line it up. Pierre Lewis takes it away.
Yeah.
Césaire was the only player on the court that I thought was guarded. Grant, pull up 18-footer.
Yes!
Devon
Day-Day. By 3.
58-55 as Peak comes against Davis. Davis reaches around him, kicks it out, back out. McGivern with a hand in the face. Cam Davis. Cam Davis at 5'9", boxed out, 6'6", Amari Peak, 6'4", Sammy Farage, and come down with the rebound and a foul. 4th foul, and it's on Peak, his first. 3 points in the ball with 3 minutes to go for Lorain. Jordan Jackson, number 1, with Sammy Farage on him. And this is one of the difficulties for Strongsville, is matching up in the spread.
Yeah, we're in that 4-corner type spread.
This is a good matchup for them with Peak and Pierre Lewis. But I'm not sure Jackson and Farage is. Now they're going to drop.
Well, Grant attacks the basket really well too, Jay.
Yeah. Ruiz is sitting over there in the corner. He's got back to
down
Jordan.
To 232, up by 3.
Grant fakes, throws it across to Justin Ruiz, throws it to McGivern.
Ouch.
And then Ruiz runs him down from behind, blocked by Jordan Jackson. Jackson took the layup attempt away. Ruiz needing a ball fake right there.
Yeah.
Right in. I'm sure Ruiz is coming out. We need more size defensively. He'll take Farage. Davis is sticking with Peak. They've tried size. They've tried strength. Now they're trying quickness. Peak into the lane. Jackson pulled it away. Farage didn't catch it. They go to the ground.
Oh, they took
timeout, Strongsville.
Wow, with 2:07 left, Lorain High up 58-55.
I think that's a great timeout. Again, they have the arrow, but this possession, as far as Strongsville's concerned right now, is the biggest possession
exactly,
in the game.
with only 2:07 remaining in the game. They still have one.
They
two.
Need the next points in this game.
They do, absolutely.
Because if Lorain scores next, they're up 2 possessions, and then you start with...
I thought we were in a pretty good position down there where when we had the floor spread. An unfortunate turnover.
Yes. Now, it's only the second game of the season, but the Titans just went through this at Vermillion, where, it came down to 3 seconds left. Jordan Jackson at the line, tied, made one, missed one.
Right.
So the Titans have played the end game situation once as a team.
Yes.
And Strongsville has
lost,
not.
What you said, about a dozen to Olmsted Falls?
So if there's an advantage to be gained in that in terms of experience in your second game.
Oh, I think there is. No question.
For Lorain, Jordan Jackson, Devon Grant, Cameron Davis, Jodeci Crite, and Tate Pierre Lewis. 24, Jalen Garner will inbound. Top of the circle on the near side, and that is Sammy Farage. Peak with the ball against Davis, 6'6" against 5'9". Handling up top, Davis trying to keep him in front down the lane, running one-hander good. Amari Peak with his first baskets of the half. And the Titans up 1 with 1:49 to go. Grant.
Watch the trap. Good.
Pierre Lewis in the middle of the floor. Brings it across. Picks up his dribble. Gets it to Jordan Jackson. McGivern tried to hip him. Jackson down the lane. Crite wasn't ready for it. Pierre Lewis in the corner. Up top to Grant with 1:30 to go. Jackson. Pierre Lewis in the middle of the court. That's what they need to do. They need that body. Missed the finger roll. Rebound on the ground. Farage has it. Kicks it out to Peak. And Strongsville comes back with a chance. But Jackson was poked away by Pierre Lewis. Jordan Jackson takes it in strong to the rim and a foul. And one.
That's right. That's exactly how you attack the basket against the bigger body.
Jordan Jackson with a great job, the sophomore.
Take your body into the defender. Excellent. 60-57 with just over a minute.
Cesare gets the foul, his second. Jackson with a 3-point lead, 1:10. Let's a one-possession lead with 70 seconds to go. The sophomore doinked it, but rebound by Crite. He brings it back out, and Grant has it.
Spread it out.
Would you ever rather have a 4-point lead or the ball?
4-point lead.
Knocked away from Cam Davis out of bounds. Garner got that.
Well, we're definitely going to try to hold it. It's going to take a while.
58-8.
They have 5 team fouls.
They only have to give 1.
They're going to have to give 1.
Pierre Lewis. Davis dribbles it across through, gets it to Jackson. Grant. I would think Davis is the guy they'd like to foul. Of course, it don't matter who they foul this time. Pierre Lewis on down the lane. Crite. No. Pierre Lewis.
Oh,
yes.
And a tip.
Tate with 19.
Wow, 38 seconds, Jay. 62-57. Big basket.
Now it is a 2-possession game with 38 seconds to go. So now Strongsville needs to score quick and then give a foul.
Yeah, absolutely. Get your best defenders out there, Jay.
Well, and
I think that's who we've seen the last 3 possessions.
And I would think it's 1 timeout apiece now. And the Titans, they're talking about that. If they score and we can't get it inbound, we've got a timeout.
You don't want to foul.
No, it's going to be interesting to see how we match up with them in terms of Omari Peak.
I look for, what I anticipate they're going to do is spread the floor and have him attack the basket. I mean, that's what he did for their last bucket. I mean, and then if he's covered down, he'll pitch for a 3. But that's what I look for them to do.
5'9" Cameron Davis has been the guy in the second half that has done the containing of Omari Peak. He's done a good job keeping him in front.
Yeah, he has.
And his teammates have been there to help him.
You're absolutely right. He's kept a head on the basketball.
We talk about nose on the ball. That's what, Cam's got to get around and in front. Peak used the warding off arm very well, but he picked up the dribble. Garner, 29 seconds to go. Garner to the hole, around no, tipped out.
There
Jackson with the ball, 2-on-1 whistle. I think they got Cam Davis for running.
They did?
What happened was Garner went to the court. In terms of innocuous.
You're right. We're coming down to this end. They're going to shoot.
Now, I think it's going to be out of bounds because it was offensive. Right. But in terms of innocuous calls, that was so far behind the play that unless it's dirty, you don't see it called.
Wow.
And I didn't see it happen.
I didn't see it either.
Garner will inbound with 23.7. Peak has it. Peak with McGivern. Clears. Shoots. No. Pierre Lewis. There's the foul that they had to give. That is Cesare's third.
13.8 remaining.
Now, into the game, Jaden Sledge is going to come in for Cam Davis. And this is just foul shooting.
Well, you want to get it to a foul shooter.
And you want to get,
what you want to do right here.
Sledge is a pure shooter, as Lorain has.
You want to get it to a free throw shooter because he's going to get fouled immediately.
Sledge, and there's the foul. Cesare got him. 1-1. Davis
back.
Well,
he
not
has done such a good job defensively, Jay.
Jaden Sledge to the line. Both of these would ice it because it's a 5-point game. 7 is 3 possessions in 12.4 seconds. First one down. Sledge with 7. This is the dagger right here, but he won't get it until... Now that's really interesting because now you can't stop the clock if you do score.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, the Titans might not even be in a situation where they have to inbound it.
Right.
As the crowd seems to think it's over.
Yeah, I think it's over too, Jay. Is it 62 or 63?
63.
The scoreboard is incorrect?
Yes. Now it's correct.
Okay. A pretty good finish here for Lorain High. Jay, really.
Here's my pet peeve. When I'm king of the world, you're not going to be allowed to put the timeout up on the clock. Well, I want to know how
much time is left. I think it's 12.8.
But I don't want to have to remember that as a head coach. I want to be able to look.
I totally agree.
What I do know is that when we come back, Jaden Sledge, 23, is going to be at the line for the second of his 1-and-1. Jackson is back at the opposite foul line. Grant is in the middle of the court. Crite and Pierre Lewis are under no foul situation. They've just been pulled off the lane. Now, Cam Davis, if there's a make, the buzzer will sound.
12.4.
Okay, now they're pointing to, now it's 61. It went from 6 points. There it is. And it's now 7 as Sledge knocks it down. 12.4. Cam Davis off the bench. The Titans are going to get out of here with the 19 points thus far, 19-6 in the fourth quarter. Peak all the way to the hole, lays it up and in. Amari Peak.
Move.
15.
Move.
Don't have to. That's what the last timeout took away from him.
I thought he had it out at 7, Jay.
Okay. So the Titans move to 2-0.
Great win.
On the season, 64-59, and talk about a game of mood swings.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to add things up, and we'll come back to wrap this up right after this timeout.
Every year, the Salvation Army serves nearly 30 million people in need. That's one person every second. So by the time you've finished watching this, 30 more lives will have been changed for good. All thanks to your donations.
Thank you.
Back here at Lorain High School in the home opener, while not an artistic success for 32 minutes, was certainly a success at the end. And if you want to hear a bizarre stat, Bob.
Let's hear it.
In the first and third quarter, Strongsville outscored Lorain 38-19. In the second and fourth quarters, Lorain outscored Strongsville 45-21.
Wow. That includes that 26-13 second quarter. Jay,
in a 19-8 fourth quarter.
Jay, I thought there are two keys, and you noticed it first. Omari Peak, he really doesn't shoot the ball from the perimeter, and I don't know if that's his game or, Cam just got into him so well that he couldn't get it off. But I do know, you pointed it out, Cameron Davis, giving up about 8 inches, did a heck of a job of containing Omari Peak, not giving him, space to get a shot off from the perimeter and keeping his head on the ball when he put it on the floor, because I think his game is pretty much penetrate, draw help, and make the next pass, and Cam Davis didn't allow that to happen. I thought that was a key.
Well, for the game, Peak ended with 15. He and Farage with 11 were the only two in double figures. And then the other thing, Cesare comes in off 25 points the last game, and we hold him to 8.
Yeah.
And 3 baskets. I mean, he got nothing around the rim easy.
Right. And Jay, I think that's because Peak couldn't penetrate and make the next pass to him.
The Titans defensively grew up a lot tonight.
I think so.
And offensively, they had some people step up when they needed it. They didn't have that third scorer we're looking for, but they got 7 from Jordan Jackson, 7 from Jodeci Crite, 8 from Jaden Sledge, including the 2 free throws that iced it, along with Weatherington a basket and a three-pointer from Justin Ruiz that really turned the tide of the game as the Titans went from down 2 to up 1. You know, for the Titans, it was Devon Grant with 18 and Tate Pierre-Louis with 19. Pierre-Louis with 13 in the second half. Well, Grant had 12 in the first half. And all in all, that was a pretty good basketball team they meet.
It was. Strongsville's fairly solid, Jay. They have a little bit of everything. I don't think they are comfortable playing against Heat at up tempo, although they do look to push it themselves. I don't think that's where they're comfortable, and I thought that was a key in the game also.
Well, you know, they say that you make your biggest growth between your first game and your second game, and I thought the Titans did a lot of things really well tonight.
Yeah.
You know, they did enough to win. They're in no way, shape, or form a finished project.
No, you're absolutely correct. And I think, as the season progresses, conditioning improves, a couple of those younger guys step up. They'll be able to play maybe more up-tempo defensively, as I know the coaching staff would like to play. And then, of course, hopefully one of those younger guys will evolve into that third scorer they need, although they did have some balanced scoring off, other than Grant and Pierre-Louis tonight.
So the Titans move to 2-0, 64-59 for our good buddy Joe Bach, who gets us on the air and makes all the pictures look good. For my partner Bob Braskich, this is Jay Ferguson, and it's a great time to be a Titan, everybody.
This has been a production of Lorain City Schools TV 20 WLCS.